Well, for the first time, starting this upcoming school year, South Carolina families can send their children to school with a bottle of sunscreen without needing a doctor's note. Yes, you heard that right.
Yeah, state law that was in effect until just this summer prohibited sunscreen from being slipped into backpacks without proper documentation. State House reporter Mary Green has those details.
Sun exposure is a major risk factor for developing skin cancer, and as opposed to other risk factors, it's one we actually have some control over. Dermatologists say changes here at the State House should make it easier for South Carolinians to take that protection.
Crayons.
In the coming weeks, backpacks across South Carolina will be loaded up with the usuals.
Can I get this one done?
Folders, pencils, crayons, and more. And while you're shopping for your students, dermatologists recommend throwing in a bottle of sunscreen too.
I think it can be just part of the back to school supplies.
But before this school year, if South Carolina families were sending their kids to school with sunscreen, they had to also include a doctor's note. It's because the FDA regulates sunscreen as an over-the-counter drug.
It had to be taken to the nurse's office. They had to have a specific time at which to go to the nurse to have it applied, and the nurse had to apply it.
But a new state law makes it clear. Public schools shall not prohibit the possession or personal use of sunscreen.
The fact that sunscreen was something that students couldn't have in their possession, I've taught for 20 years. I actually didn't know that until this bill was introduced. And it's just good common sense.
Patrick Kelly says this change is good for teachers too.
I have high school students that are applying lotions at all manner of the day. I don't need to be in the business of policing whether their lotion has SPF in it or not and whether that makes it illegal or not.
Dr. Ann LeClaire recommends South Carolina families take advantage of this new law for this school year and those to come.
Very rarely we do see skin cancer in kids, but it's really this idea that the sun exposure that they're getting now is going to lead to skin cancer when they're older.
And it's important to note before loading up those backpacks that this new law only applies to cream and lotion sunscreens and not the spray and aerosol types. Reporting from the State House, I'm Mary Green.